All right, at this point, I've triple checked all my math. I am almost. I've got to be positive that all these shims should be in spec. I've done all my due diligence, and I definitely made a handful of mistakes on the way, but I figured it out pretty quickly and was able to backtrack and make sure everything was correct. So, last thing to do is put this thing back together. So, this hopefully should be the easier part. Just got to make sure I get everything in time. But putting that little Sharpie mark on the timing chain and sprockets should definitely help me out. So we're going to start with the exhaust cam. Which in correlation, that's intake, exhaust. Actually, we're going to start with the intake cam. Whoa. Okay, we're good. So this thing, doing this, it's hard to get it first try. I mean, sometimes you definitely get lucky and you can, but try it with your best. Just try your best guess on where you think it's going to be. Definitely try and pull all the slack out. Darn it. Let's keep it over the sprocket. So you're just trying to get that intake line to be as level as possible with the top of the head. So looks pretty close, although I am off on the timing chain mark. So that's interesting. Make sure I didn't move. I definitely have not moved. So let's, oh wait, I need to come back some. Okay. Let's see how that does. Now we're going in with the exhaust cam. Just double checking to make sure. Grabbing the right cam. So this you kind of got to finagle in there. Okay, where's my marked one? Way over here. Okay, what's going on? Oh, another tooth over. Okay. So, boom. That was actually really easy. Intake, exhaust, perfectly level. You can kind of see timing chain marks. So there's still a bunch of slack in it because of the, there's no tensioner in there. But I shouldn't be adding the tensioner quite yet. If I could find another rag. So I'm going to go and add, I'm going to throw the rockers on top, and I'm just going to kind of snug them down into place. So when I add, when I do put the tensioner on and it starts to pull the tension and everything into place, that these cams aren't going to spring up on me. So let's go ahead and do that. This is the intake cam. Hopefully, is this the way it goes? Yes, definitely. Nope, over like that. Okay. Make sure I'm going in all of them. Okay, looks like that's good. And these are 10 millimeters. All right, just spent probably 4 minutes looking around for the 10 mil. It was on the impact, of course. That is how it goes. Okay, so there's definitely a sequence you want to tighten these down in. I always start on the inside in the middle. So I'll hit this one, that one, and then I'll go that one, 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 that one. I don't know if that's the technical correct way. Pretty sure that's close. So don't take my word for it, that's all. But if it works for me, there you go. Okay, looks like that kind of just fell into place. I wonder if these are going to do the same. Wonder why these aren't falling down. Okay, this is kind of... Isn't wanting to sit quite right, but I'm sure once I get them threaded in. Yeah, whoa, okay. So, went a little too deep in over here. Started to raise up in the back on me, but just slowly work it in. That's why I'm doing it with my fingers. Definitely no power tools on this one. Once I get them snugged up and everything's even and going down in a more parallel way, I will start to use the ratchet. Okay, I got oil all over this socket. Okay, so I'm gonna skip this. All right, well, I did a little bit more than just snug down the rockers. I also got the cam chain tensioner on. You kind of had to do them together. Like as you tightened this down, you had to mount the cam chain tensioner on, and then you had to snug these down. And then once those were snugged down, then you could rotate the engine, and then you had to slowly turn that in as you rotated the engine. So everything seems to be in time. I've rotated a handful of times, and everything is matching up. So I guess now I go through and torque everything down, and I get to do another valve lash. So I'll go through and measure all my clearances to be sure that my math checks out. Assuming my math checks out, all my clearances are in spec. Okay, well, there it is. Everything is totally torqued down. I spun her up again, and everything's in spec. So good deal. Let's do a valve clearance. Well, everything's in spec. I did it. First try. Let's go. All in one day as well. This thing used to run, I mean, it ran great before I took it out. It ought to run just a little bit better now. Literally every single valve is in specs. Most of them are even perfect. This one, perfect. This one, perfect. This one's 0.1 away from being perfect. This one's pretty much perfect. Where's the exhaust? So exhausts were the ones that were way out. They were way out. All these were like 0.3 below. They are all within spec. The only one that's on the low side is this one, is just a little bit low. But the rest are pretty close. That's on the lower side. They're all probably just 0.1, 0.2, maybe 0.3 below. But that's still within spec. So I'll take it. Next thing is get a head cover gasket. I want to pop this cover off and clean the sight glass. It is disgustingly dirty.